Hey guys, got a special spot for us since it's Easter. You get a waterfall. Aww. um, anyway, it's a nice spot. So, Easter Sunday. Easter is, on a very base level, is when you sort of cognitively, if not actually, sort of reconnect with where am I on my religion church situation, or who am I connected to? Who are my people? Even though this year we're not going to see our people, apparently. I don't know how that's all going to shake out. It's interesting, though. Anyhow, so wherever you are on your religion paradigm, which I think of very differently from the spiritual paradigm, but wherever you are in your religion, whatever religion you are comfortable in, we're going to embrace it a little bit today. And so on that note, I thought, I put a lot of time and effort into my connection to different religions and churches and studied a lot of them, not a scholar by any standpoint, but I put a lot of time in, and a lot of interest made me sort of retain a lot of stuff about what's going on. And they all have maybe 10%, 20% of the program that they're offering has to do with true inner spirituality, your connection to your tuned in, tapped in, turned on love connection to your higher consciousness, your soul integrating into your body, the light of divinity coming into you. All that stuff is the same thing that we're just trying to explain, that connection. But all churches and religions have that as part of their direction. It's like, hey, this is how you find heaven within, and this is how you, gain wisdom, and how you help yourself to have clarity about the perfection of everything around you, and all the blissful things, and all the perfection, and all the things that come your way in your life because of that connection. So there's a part of that in everybody's church and religion. But if you're going to go to it, when you come through the door, the door closes automatically behind you, so everyone has to open the door and walk in, so the door closes behind you, and then you're by yourself. What's really, it's all you. It's all integrating yourself. And it's not about concerning yourself with other people around you. In fact, that's going to be a deterrent. So very difficult. It really almost never happens that while you're stepping through the door, you open the door back up and say, hey, it's cool in here, it's great, and you close the door and you walk on. No, you come in and you're like, whoa, it's weird going on. Because your spiritual journey is like all encompassing. It takes a commitment. I basically stopped working. I meditatively was like sitting on my hands, like that. Sitting on my hands, literally and figuratively and energetically for the last year. And I've always been on the spiritual journey, but I really had to just kick it up. And for whatever reason, the light of divinity saw it in them to say, hey, I'm going to take care of things, and you just pursue your spiritual journey. And so I made a video just like this for my kids about a year ago and said, I'm on my way, and I'll bring you something back. That's basically what I said. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm not working. But I still work. I used to work a lot. So now I work, a few hours a day. It's tough. I have a tough time with that even. It's really rubbing. But anyway, that's a whole nother bunch of videos. I would love to take somebody along on the journey. I don't have to take you along on the journey. I'm just documenting as I go, dropping these love bombs on people. So Easter Sunday. If you're part of the 20% of the population that this seems enticing to you and seems interesting to you, then jump in and get on your spiritual journey, because you're called. Because where's that 20%? How do they know who that 20% are? It's the ones who the light of divinity is calling them. This is of interest to you. This is what you've been wanting to do. You feel it. You know what I'm saying. Nothing I'm talking about in these past 18 videos was anything new to you. Then jump in. Let go. Let God. If you're the other 40%, grounded, spiritual, understanding of what I'm talking about, yeah, I'm going to be a little softer with myself right now because it's a tough time for everyone, and I need to stay grounded. I need to be there for my people. And I give a little inspiration when I can, and I've got my stuff I do. For that 40% of the population that's really contributing, and they only need to just ease up on themselves a little bit. The goal of that 40% of the population. Well, there's two 40% left, aren't there? 20% are all in on the spirituality, and you should quit your job. And just be about giving direction to the planet on how to be loving and how to run a system that's loving and all that kind of stuff. So about 20% of you are going to double down on that. 10% of you, wouldn't matter whether you're in a religion or whatever happened, you're so connected that, you know, you're just here for an energetic download onto the planet of enlightenment, and you don't need any guidance, and nothing could get in your way. The other 10%, like I'm talking to 10% of the population right now, jump in. It's the water's perfect. Jump in. Let go. So if you could let go and you're that 10%, I can keep talking. But otherwise, there's two 40% left. That's the point I'm getting to. One 40% doesn't make any difference. Do what you want. And the rest of us, the other 60%, can just leave them alone. Just create a nice loving environment, and they'll be as loving as they can be, and just leave them alone. And the 40% who already get all this stuff, but are just very integrated in the world, and they don't feel the tug to, like, you know, do more than they're doing, then don't. Just soften your touch a little bit on yourself. Because, of course, just a reminder, breathe in the perfection of everything around you. And love on yourself. Just love on yourself. And you just pop right up into a higher vibration. And you already know all the things you love about yourself because you've been doing this every day. And it gets really good, and it just clicks. And you go, that feels better. Yeah, that feels better. So, good love dose on yourself, and you'll be more loving to everyone around you. Now, a little pro tip is the more love you throw out to people, the more you express that feeling of love you have inside, the more honest and raw and real you are, the more you get. Little trick, givers gain. We all knew that. But this is what you really get. You get the gifts from above, and a sense of peace and purpose and clarity, and you lose all that to-do list. Along with the to-do list goes away fear, and that's the beauty. You drop fear, and it doesn't matter what happens to you, and you can really have another deeper appreciation of this little spot at this little time on this little planet. Knowing that you came from perfection and you're down here for this short period of time and you're going back to perfection. I'm just talking about talking to perfection while you're walking in perfection. It makes everything, every step, make a little more sense, and we make a lot less mistakes, and we're less harmful to each other, and we share more, and we love more, and we give more, and we all enjoy more. And then here's the juicy part. For what purpose? Why should the 20% be all in and the other 40% just ease up on themselves a little bit and be more ease on everyone around them and demand less of everyone and leave the other 40% alone? Why should that happen? Well, more important than why should it happen, what would happen? Where are we going to go with that? The only thing that the humans have brought to the planet. The arts. Expressing love is all we're going to do here. Expressing love in your art, in your music, in your dance, in your storytelling, in your comedy, in your whatever it is that makes other people go, "Aw, that feels good. Thanks. That was funny, or that was clever, or that was good, or that feels good in my heart." Whatever. Get into guided meditation, get into channeling, get into, there's so many other art forms of sharing your beauty and your sense of the perfection of everything around you. I want to keep you on the water, but that hurts my shoulder a little bit more. My shoulders are getting tougher. I'm like, anyway, I used to do this periodically throughout the week. Now I'm doing it every day. And, sometimes you gotta stop. I totally just let these run. When I feel connected and I feel that sense of perfection, then all I got to say is, in my mind, ease up, easy on yourselves. And that's all I feel, just easy. It's all good. We're gonna make it to another level higher of perfection on earth. We already had perfection on earth, but a lot of people didn't see it. A lot of people saw a lot of ugliness and a lot of bad that needed to be fixed. But here's a little pro tip. When you're seeing anything outside of yourself that's like bad and needs to be fixed, and you don't talk nicely to it, that's the way you respond to yourself. That's your relationship with your higher consciousness, your soul, your light of divinity. It can't come in to an environment of nitpicky, it's wrong. So when you're loving to yourself and you're letting it in, breathing in all the perfection of everything around you, then you act much more loving and compassionate to everything going on around you. That, sure, call it wrong if you want to, but it's not wrong. It's just what is. It's the reaction. The outside world is the reaction to our most common denominator of vibration. So kick up your vibration. The whole planet's coming up with or without you. You can't mess it up, can't do it wrong, there's nothing you need to accomplish. It's going to happen anyway. It's called the vibration of the planet rising. Heaven on earth, baby. But not so drastic like heaven on earth is something different. Like I just said in the example, heaven on earth we're in right now. Can you feel happier about your future? Yeah, then do that. Leave the world alone. We're doing a great job. Keep on rolling. Anyway, that's my Easter wish for you guys today. Look, I switched hands. What am I going to do with this tool? Anyway, I won't refer back to other videos because, it's Easter. Maybe I'll get more visitors on my little video and more sharing. And then they won't know what the 60, the 60, 70, what even was the variation, or all the other little tips I talked about in the prior 18 videos. But this one, breathe in, love on yourself. When you've got enough love for yourself, then throw some love bombs at other people. Throw those love bombs. And if you get a love bomb back, then you got to throw another. You can never be the last one to have gotten a love bomb. So be more loving to yourself first and then everyone else around you. And bang, we're done. The rest will take care of itself. All the little details will work themselves out once we are more loving and kinder and gentler on ourselves. But that 20% of you folks, where's that camera? Out there, need to, get out here in the woods and meditate and pull down the light of divinity for the planet and be there for the rest of us who need you to vibrationally keep this planet at a good hum. Anyway, it's good hum now, so let's enjoy that. Anyway, love you guys. Have a good day. See ya.